Kim Joo-hyuk, relieved to find his money, searches for a specific item and discovers storage stones among the gold pieces. Infusing them with magic, he feels an overwhelming surge of energy. Unsure about the amount of gold and jewelry to return, he finds himself inside Valhala Academy, stretching his aching muscles from deep digging. He feels that if he really believes he will make a note in the future, he must be insane. When Ain suddenly appears and begs him to teach her how to use a sword, Kim Joo-hyuk muses on the fact that she isn't letting go at any cost. She is persistently pursuing him because she believes she can learn more from him. Kim Joo-hyuk believes that among the top 5 families, the Choi-jin family, which includes Ain Choy, is probably a family that practices best swordsmanship. However, according to Ain, she has never seen anyone use a blade more expertly than him. Despite Erin's claims that she wants to learn everything from him, Kim Joo-hyuk inquires about her father, the Choi-jin family's patriarch. Ain Choy disputes the notion that her father is more skilled with a sword than Kim Joo-hyuk. Soon after, Lee Jeon storms in and invites Kim Joo-hyuk to accompany him to the teacher's office. It has to do with what Kim Joo-hyuk last asked him. Lee Jeon doesn't want to tell Ain about the Constellation room. Kim Joo-hyuk rushes after Lee Jeon. Before he departs, he instructs Ain to report to the practice fields the following day at 6 a.m. Kim Joo-hyuk's access to the Constellation room has been authorized. Lee Jeon informs him that he will only need to descend to the basement level because he is not permitted to enter any floors beneath the first. Kim Joo-hyuk concurs, so Lee Jeon suggests he leave that evening. Lee Jeon is happy that Kim Joo-hyuk didn't make a scene when he wasn't allowed to go up to the second floor. In fact, he believed Kim Joo-hyuk wouldn't consent. They intend to visit the Constellation room that evening, considered Valhalla's treasure. The following night, they head to the tightly secured Constellation room, surpassing even the main gate in security. Kim Joo-hyuk expresses surprise, and Lee Jeon explains that it's due to the room's significant importance, making Valhala Academy one of the world's top 3 academies. Noticing magic covering the exterior walls, Kim Joo-hyuk asks an impermissible question about trespassing to the second floor, hinting at potentially illegal actions. Lee Jeon warns Kim Joo-hyuk that such questions could lead to expulsion, emphasizing the danger of the second floor's uncontrollable magic, capable of shattering one's mind. Worried about Kim Joo-hyuk's apparent interest in entering, Lee Jeon reassures himself, believing the top student wouldn't take such risks. Despite Lee Jeon's warnings, Kim Joo-hyuk enters as soon as the gate opens. Lee Jeon keeps calling him from outside, reminding him that he only has 30 minutes. Kim promises to return soon. On the 3rd floor, 5th room of Valhala Academy, an interface appears in front of Kim Joo-hyuk, allowing him to reclaim his memories and weapons. However, he must first go to the 3rd basement floor. Kim Joo-hyuk doesn't care about expulsion, as that was the reason he entered the academy in the first place. Perplexed by the numerous stairs in the building, Kim Joo-hyuk is taken aback when he finds that the Constellation room falls short of expectations and doesn't seem all that significant. He muses over whether or not he should continue. Soon after, a screen notifies Kim Joo-hyuk that he has fulfilled the requirements and is being moved to a room. As he descends further, Kim runs into Barch, an old foe. Before Barch could respond, Kim strikes him hard and angrily exclaims how glad he is to see him. Taken aback, Barch continues to urge him to stop and calm down, but Kim throws him to the ground. Informed by Barch that he is not the type to use fists, Kim Joo-hyuk is upset with him for jeopardizing his secure future. Light kicks hinder Barch as Kim accuses him of taking wealth, honor, and time spent instructing disciples. Despite Barch's panting inquiry about the place, Kim insists there's nothing present. Kim learns from Barch that it's an imagined world, a room inside a relic. Barch clarifies that what Kim sees is a representation as 300 years ago, his actual body passed away. Confirming Kim's assumption, Barch reveals he has always been with this artifact. Barch gloats in his success as a constellation, and Kim Joo-hyuk punches him once more in a fit of rage. Outside the building, Lee Jeon patiently waits for Kim Joo-hyuk and feels relieved to see him leave the gates. Before allowing him to leave, security officers thoroughly inspect Kim. Lee Jeon asks if he didn't do anything wrong, and Kim Joo-hyuk answers coolly, saying he was just looking around and couldn't go any deeper or he'd have lost his mind. Lee Jeon tells Kim to return home, expressing belief in him. As Kim walks, he recalls his conversation with Barch, stating that he doesn't mind Barch being made into a constellation. Kim's interest lies in knowing if Barch opened the transparent notification window. Kim attempts to punch Barch when he denies it, but Barch explains that Kim Joo-hyuk killed him 300 years ago, rendering him powerless inside the relic. Determined to uncover the sender of the notification, Kim questions Barch, who admits to receiving a similar message, leading to contact with the reincarnated Kim Joo-hyuk to regain his memory. This action resulted in the appearance of a suspicious individual, prompting Kim to inquire if it made Barchi the owner of the Tower of Destruction. Kim presses Barchi on the sender's identity. However, Barch, experiencing memory loss, emphasizes the difficulty of memories returning once lost. Kim clarifies that the notification concerned reclaiming memories and weapons, but the text below is blocked for Barchi. Contrary to Barchi's memory loss, Kim doesn't recall losing any memories. The tower memories remain with him. Barchi speculates that Kim's memories haven't returned due to discovering his weapon, predicting a gradual return. Kim is surprised when he discovers the weapon. Barchi explains that the 4 weapons and village swords turned relics reside in this area. It became the Constellation because he used the village sword as a relic. Kim Joo-hyuk contemplates while heading home that his village sword has become a relic and inside it is a constellation. He wanted to destroy it and leave it behind, but despite its frailty, is reluctant to leave Barchi unattended, once the king of destruction. He guesses it cannot be helped and the village sword alone can complete the new quest displayed in the notification window. Kim is interrupted by a group of mobsters, contemplating if any of them will introduce themselves. Lyric Sunrise, the eldest son of the Sunrise family, harasses Kim, claiming his seniors are on vacation. Kim mocks him for having juniors despite being a bully. Lyric, angered by the remarks, asserts that coming in first place in the first year is insufficient. Before he can continue, Kim Joo-hyuk delivers a hard kick, telling him to stop talking and come to him. Kim Joo-hyuk effortlessly defeats his seniors with punches and kicks, surprising them with the sudden appearance of a sword in his hand. Holding the village sword proudly, he threatens to crush their heads if they don't comply, summoning them to come to him. 3 hours earlier, Lyric receives a message from Rakdal, instructing him to handle Kim Joo-hyuk. Rakdal promises a significant reward, beneficial for the Sunrise family, and assures Lyric that he doesn't need weapons. Lyric believes that a first grader like Kim can't compete with a second grader, given the stark differences defined by their contracts with Constellations. Second graders, referred to as contractors, sign contracts during their first year's second semester. Lyric is relieved that Kim, not from a notable family and lacking a guardian constellation, is easy to defeat. Lyric is now regretting his previous judgment of Kim Joo-hyuk as he sees him roasting his colleagues with his sword. Using his own sword, a second grader tries to slash Kim Joo-hyuk, but Kim quickly dodges, causing the attacker to miss. Then Kim punches him in the face. Lyric is astounded to see second graders appearing one after another out of thin air. He wonders if second graders need to be more skilled in magic or martial arts than first graders to become contractors. Lyric is perplexed by the strange swordsmanship as it appears that Kim Joo-hyuk is walking with a moderate swing force while inflicting serious harm on those around him. Kim Joo-hyuk warns the survivors that he will crush anyone who refuses to move, and the rest are undecided about whether to confront Kim or flee. Lyric, on the other hand, exhorts them not to be terrified of a mere first grader. Before he can attack, however, Lyric charges at him angrily. Kim Joo-hyuk quickly opens his hand, ejects a weapon, and knocks Lyric to the ground by thrusting the end of his sword into his stomach. However, Kim Joo-hyuk wakes him up, asserts his assent, and inquires as to why he attacked him. Lyric invents the story that they are simply a group of seniors picking on a first grader. Kim Joo-hyuk expresses dissatisfaction with his response and claims that this is why a number of those seniors arrived while concealing their weapons. It's hard to comprehend when you are caring for a first grader. Kim Joo-hyuk is adamant about who sent them to find him, but Lyric is unwilling to reveal. Kim Joo-hyuk makes fun of him by asking if this is the gangster's loyalty. Lyric is sobbing a lot. Kim Joo-hyuk, as he is about to leave, is shouted at by Lyric, who mentions that he cannot attend school after this act and will face expulsion despite being a first-place first grader. Kim, unbothered, asserts that it won't get around if you tell them the tale of the fight where several second graders attempted to beat the first graders but were swept clean. The second graders would be embarrassed if the tale got out. He advises Lyric to consider carefully whether he wants to return to school and join a guild. Kim leaves with a cool demeanor. Rakdal is grinning triumphantly as he waits for the call from the second graders. Lyric, on the other hand, calls him and offers to take over the assignment. Rakdal couldn't believe what he was hearing. Lyric explains the situation to Rakdal and warns him. Rakdal reminds him not to hang up and suggests reporting Kim to the administration for the uproar and injuries caused. He emphasizes that visible injuries could serve as strong evidence against Kim Joo-hyuk. Rakdal assures Lyric of receiving full payment even if successful in turning over Kim Joo-hyuk to the authorities. He adds that he would persuade his family to support Lyric. However, Lyric declines the offer, believing he won't regain his lost honor even if the Ventric family pays for him. With that, Lyric ends the call. Rakdal, infuriated, smashes his phone to the ground. He then asks Yuri about Desera's whereabouts. Yuri informs him that she has notified Desera about Rakdal's desire to meet in person, but it will take some time for Desera to arrive due to the distance. Indignantly, Rochdale speculates about Desira's location. The scene shifts to Aripia Academy in Mexico, where Desira, a boy with numerous scars, receives a message about someone wanting to meet him in Korea. Desira, giving off an impression of an aggressive gangster, reads a message from Rochdale. The message requests him to travel to Korea immediately to handle Kim Joo-hyuk. Desira's eyes light up the prospect of a reward, especially since he had no one to ask for money after being chased out. The next morning at 6 a.m., Kim Joo-hyuk arrives at the training room, surprised by its enormous size, attributing it to the school's overall largeness. Persuaded to jog in the training area, he hears a voice from Barchi and asks where it's coming from. Barch responds that he's currently inside the sealed sword, leaving Kim shocked. Barch, unable to flee, wonders why Kim is so surprised. Kim, suggesting he might have to beat Barch up to bring him back, is reassured by Barchi, claiming it's nothing like that. Kim, satisfied, moves on, asking about the sword's acceptability as an artifact stored in Valhala. Barchi explains that the original sword is with Kim, and he replaced it with a replica, alleviating any concerns. Kim, curious about Barchi's ability to create replicas, learns that Barchi became aware of his lack of talents and doesn't know where he learned the skill, but has had it since the beginning. When Ain Choy arrives, Kim shifts their focus to boosting her stamina. He instructs her to stretch, emphasizing that better stamina facilitates mana absorption and control. Kim finds the current training approach strange, putting all resources into mana before improving stamina, despite even Erin having limited mana and student-level stamina when wielding a sword. Erin completes her stretching and Kim declares that her real training has commenced. He guides her through push-ups, sit-ups, and dumbbell exercises, pushing her to her limits. As Erin becomes exhausted, Kim emphasizes that the training has just begun and stops her, considering the upcoming 20-kilometer run and her impending fatigue. Kim checks on Erin's well-being, concerned about a potential heart attack. The following day, after their intense workout, the soon-to-arrive instructor, Lilia, will conduct a brief written test. She had previously mentioned testing their knowledge of dealing with a specific monster and assigns self-study on dimensional monsters on the first day. Kim manages to complete his test on time despite others already boarding a bus with their tests. Although the test won't contribute to their final score, it's used to gauge their aptitude for the subsequent class. Teacher Lilia announces that the official lesson will take place in the virtual combat simulation room the following class. March whispers to Kim, questioning if he's sure about writing answers like that. Barch confirms that he has been watching, asserting that he wrote the answers as he knew them. However, in the first-year teacher's lounge, Instructor Lilia reads Kim's paper and expresses rage, questioning how he could dare to use such dreadful statements as answers.